Now it's time to learn more about Alibaba. And if you planned on importing products internationally and going through the wholesaling route, Alibaba by far is the best database that you can use. It's completely free, and it has tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of wholesalers that you can get in contact with. So when you're looking for wholesalers on Alibaba, there's a few things you want to look for. And first of all, you want to look for credible suppliers. In other words, is there a supplier that you can trust? You also want to look at the price per unit. What does each unit cost you? And that way you can come up with your profit margin if you know the true cost for each item you're buying. And then there's the minimum order, or the MOQ. And MOQ stands for minimum order quantity. And it's the least amount you have to order in order to do business with a wholesaler. So let's say that a wholesaler has an MOQ of 50. What they're saying is you have to order at least 50 of their product, otherwise they're not going to do business with you. You also want to know how much does it cost for a product sample. And that's because before you place a large order with a wholesaler, you always want to order a sample first. And that will make sure that you know the product that you're getting before you invest a lot of money. And you also want to ask them, can they ship to your location, wherever it is that you live at? And lastly, it's very important that you make sure that they're willing to take on the shipping responsibility. So if you're importing from China or internationally, you have no idea what shipping companies to use in that country, and you don't want to have to deal with customs and tariffs. So you want to make sure that the wholesaler is going to do that for you. And if you ask them, they will tell you whether or not they do that. And it may cost extra, but it's definitely worth it because it will save you a ton of time and hassle. So here's some general Alibaba tips. It's completely free to make an account. And once you create an account, you can send as many messages as you like. So don't worry about sending too many messages. You're not committing anything if it's just a message asking for more information. And you are really looking for a fit. So you're looking for a business that is going to make money off you, and you're going to make money selling their product. So if you find the right supplier on Alibaba, it is a win-win situation. And like I mentioned in the previous slides, you always want to order a sample first. And that's extremely important. And I know you might not want to spend that money for a sample up front, but it can save you a lot of money before you place that big order. And I actually have made this mistake where I placed a big order for $350 without ordering a sample first. And the product was not the one in the picture, and I couldn't sell it. So I just had to throw it away. So that was very frustrating, and it would have been avoided if I had ordered a sample first. So now let's take a look at Alibaba's website. So to get there, you simply type in Alibaba in the top bar, and this is it. So you have two options here. One is if you don't have an idea of the type of product you want to import, you can browse through the categories. And the second is if you know what you're looking for, you can search for it. So let's say we're looking for men's rings. And the first thing you want to do right off the bat is check the gold supplier, check on-site check, and check assess suppliers. And this really just helps us make sure we're dealing with credible suppliers. So that doesn't mean that all these suppliers are really great necessarily, but it does mean that they have been checked for quality and they meet certain criteria. Now you have another option, which is a new one, which is trade assurance. And the idea is suppliers that have been certified with trade assurance have order quality and timely shipment. So that's a great option to check, but the problem is since it's so new, not that many suppliers have this certification. So as you can see here, right now there's 5,000 products listed, but when we click on trade assurance, we know we're getting even higher quality suppliers, but there's only 117 products available. So what I'd recommend is you check this off, look through these suppliers, and if you don't find a product or supplier that's a good fit for you, then you can uncheck trade assurance, and you're still dealing with good suppliers, most likely. But for this example, let's just click that, and then you can scroll down, see if you find something that looks like a good fit for you. Now it's really interesting to notice we typed in men's rings, but most of the products here actually aren't men's rings. And the reason I think that is just because of this trade assurance thing. So if we uncheck that, we get much more specific results. So this looks like an interesting ring. And it's showing the price as $1.20 to $10 per ring, which is seems very crazy. But we can find out more by clicking on it. And that's because a lot of times these prices are actually not very accurate, and even the minimum order quantity. The best way to get accurate information is to contact the supplier directly. And most often they'll give you a price list where you can see exactly how much to pay for any of their products. And don't be scared away by that 100 pieces minimum order, because like I said, it's actually in most cases a lot lower than 100. And the only way to find that information is to contact the supplier directly. But keep in mind, it's completely free to request more information, so you can send as many of those messages out as you'd like. So let's say you don't have an idea of what type of product you want to sell. And that's where the categories come in handy. So this is a great way to just explore different types of products. So one area that I go to a lot is the gift, sports, and toys. And you can either click on this or get even more specific. And let's say bamboo crafts. And here you can just look for interesting products that you might want to import. And although the price isn't always accurate, it gives you an idea of what you can expect to pay. So this is just a great way for you to explore Alibaba and find profitable products. And like I said, there are tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of suppliers, which also means tens to hundreds of thousands of different products. So you'll never run out of products that you can find here. It's a great way to find niche products.